Hi there, Taurus. Welcome or welcome back. My first attempt at this video got deleted. It was 100% my fault, but in order to free up space, I deleted your video. So this is take two. What's interesting though is the first time I recorded this, I was really tired, like just sleepy. And I kept going in and out, okay, like zoning in and out. So that could be specific to some of you. Okay, you could be going through some sort of like spiritual upgrade, all right, ascension symptoms, things like that. So we'll see if that comes through in the reading, but just kind of an interesting fun fact. So this is a full reading, which means we're going to do the Lenormand, which is here from left to right, just like a sentence. We put tarot on top of that, wipe the slate totally clean, and that is where we'll use this tablecloth. We'll get into oracles and then animals. So stick around, let me know that you're here, drop a like and click the buttons. You guys know how it is. Okay. We begin with a masculine card. Okay. We'll see what that means. Some of you could be accustomed to operating out of your masculine, okay? Or this could be someone else. We'll figure that out. We have the time card here with the clock. They wanted me to say cuckoo clock. I don't know if that's significant to somebody, but we'll find out. Okay, right in the center of your reading here is choices, okay? You can't have both, all right? You have to make a choice here, whatever that means to you. We're going to find out. And there's the feminine right there looking at this man over here. Okay, we might be talking about love today. Let's see. Wow. Okay. Taurus. Do we have a choice between two? Let's find out. We'll get the tarot out here. Let's get into this storyline. This might be some juicy tea. Okay. Let's see. What does Taurus need to know at this time? Okay. One card out, fallen on the table. What have we here? Ace of Cups. Okay, so heart center, heart space. All right. You know, while we're at it, since that is under this masculine, let's see what's under the other masculine. Ten of Pentacles. Ooh, okay. We could have some strong feelings for somebody here, and the other person is very stable. Okay, what's going on with this time here? Why is time of the essence? What's going on for Taurus? Ten of Swords. Interesting. Okay, so over the course of a long period of time, we could have experienced a lot of heartbreak here or overwhelm, could have experienced some sort of rock bottom type energy, okay? Ten of Swords is rock bottom. Why is this important? King of Wands. Okay. I'm getting this could be your energy, okay? You could be a little bit fed up with waiting, fed up with being in the in-between here, okay? Let's see. Seven of Cups. Yeah, we're a little confused as to which way to go or who to choose here, because that's under your energy, I assume is yours. Nine of Wands, Eight of Pentacles. Okay, so wounded warrior energy and then burning the midnight candle. And then we have Queen of Cups at the bottom. Okay. So what I'm getting with this is perhaps in the workplace you've had to go through a lot of trials, a lot of tribulations, a lot of adversity, okay? And there's a part of you that's very sick of that. So we could have a love interest here. We could have something of like a boss or authority figure. And then we've got justice here. And then the Empress with judgment. Okay, so something has happened here that you have had enough with, perhaps having to do with work. Page of Pentacles and Knight of Wow. You know what's interesting is on the last time that I tried to record your specific reading, I kept getting tongue-tied just like that, to where I felt like I could not get my words out. Okay, and I remember thinking, I'm going to have to re-record this. And now here I am, re-recording it because I accidentally deleted it and we're still tongue-tied. So something is going on here that you're calling judgment on. You're ready to be treated correctly and proper communication and all the things. And again, this could be having to do with work somehow and the love connection for some reason is maybe some sort of like a solace for all of the adversity you have at work. See how things are just like not working out for this reading. What's going on, Taurus? I need to get to the bottom of this. Okay, we've got High Priestess on the bottom. Now my phone is going crazy. Okay. Something wild be happening with Taurus. Knight of Pentacles again and Queen of Pentacles. Okay, so when I see a knight next to a king or a queen, this is about matching energy for me. And there's Queen of Wands. Okay. So Taurus, you have your boundaries up. You have, like, you understand what you want and your standards are very high. Okay, we've got the World card as well. Virgo had something similar. Wow, the Emperor. Okay, you are looking for it one and done. The last one, okay, this is like dating for the long haul. Okay, that's what I'm getting with all of this. And you've been through enough here, and there's a part of you that's saying enough is enough. Okay, what's with this choice here? Why are we frustrated at this choice? Okay, Nine of Swords came right back out. Okay, so Nine of Swords, Ten of Swords. We've had a lot of anxiety about this. We could have been put through the ringer here with the Four of Swords. Sorry, Four of Cups, where it's like, I'm so sick of this. That's you. We had Seven of Cups, which is confusion, overwhelm, having too much, too many options, not enough clarity, and the Four of Cups, which is about having empty cups down here, and then there's one that's full. You're like, I'm waiting for the one, okay? And now we have King of Swords. We've got a lot of kings and a lot of queens out here. Okay, so there's Judgment, yeah. Judgment, Page of Swords on the split. So this is interesting because I'm having a hard time with how many characters are here, okay? I don't really feel the need to tap into that King of Swords. So that could be that authority figure, right? Or perhaps somebody that you are destined for at some point in the future, because left to right is past into the future. Okay, so in the past, we've been very like disappointed by love. We've been very upset with our options, okay? This is like being over and done with the dating scene. You may want to watch Virgo's reading. It was similar, okay? Seven of Cups again and Temperance. Yeah, you're like, I have been patient with this madness. I have been in the midst of it, trying to figure out where to go, what to do next. And I'm being left with nothing but like, oh, stay calm. Oh, be reverent. Okay, be patient, kind, and generous with your energy. And there's a part of you that's like, no, I want that good love. Yeah, I'll wait. Thank you. Thank you next is your energy, okay? Which I am so here for because you are understanding your worth. Queen of Pentacles again. So two times for the Queen of Pentacles. And there's that Ten of Wands saying like, I've had enough of carrying burdens for other people. I have had enough of being there for people who don't appreciate it. I have had enough and I don't blame you. So let's get into Taurus's energy. What's going on here from Taurus perspective? Yeah, Two of Pentacles. You're like, listen, I've got a lot going on. I'm busy. I don't have time for this stuff. I don't have time for this to be anything other than what I need it to be. And I think that there are some of you that feel as though what you need it to be, yeah, you don't feel bad about this. Again, it's like my phone is going off the hook right now. I think that that's part of it, where it's like, I'm too busy for this. I want the one and only true love, which you could have put a lot of stock into one person at one point, which ended up being the opposite of fruitful. Okay, time has passed since then, but you still sort of hold your high standard to this person from the past, maybe. And so you're really frustrated because you've had to choose. Maybe this didn't work out very well, or there was some sort of disrespect here that happened where they didn't meet you halfway and they didn't come up to your level here and left you disappointed. And so at this point, you're like, no, I want somebody else who has got it together. I want somebody who doesn't have a ton of options and are, willing to settle down, willing to communicate, to be passionate, to show me that they care, to do all the things. I just want someone to date in a real way. Okay. And you're willing to wait for when that comes about because you want someone passionate and also communicative. And there's nothing wrong with that. Okay. We have Queen of Swords here, Page of Pentacles, and the Fool. You are willing to put out your hand, to put out your pentacle, your time, energy, and attention when it makes sense to go all the way with this, okay? With the Fool, that's usually somebody that's about to jump off a cliff, right? They are ready to take the leap. You're like, if I'm going to do that, and that is the energy that is expected of me, it damn well better be worth it. Okay, and again, nothing wrong with that. Your standards are just high, and as they should be, okay? Because the past has definitely had you disappointed, and you're really over it. With the Justice card again, okay? You've had enough. It's like, I think it's Selena Gomez that has that song that's like, I'm so sick of that same old love. That's kind of what I'm getting here. You want someone to match your energy, King and Queen, Queen of Wands twice, King of Swords, Queen of Swords, Queen of Pentacles. We haven't seen the King of Pentacles, but we do have the Emperor. You're like, look, I've already been through it. This is also you saying, I don't want to deal with anyone who's broke or down and out. I don't want to be here for you to bounce ideas off of me and say, oh, woe is me. My life is so hard. Listen to my woes. You're like, I'm here to match energy. Okay. Let's see what else comes through. One more card for this lineup, and we will see. Queen of Cups. Yeah. You have this really big heart. You have a lot of to offer. Okay. You can be every queen. You can get ready by 7 and you can go in the woods and camp, right? So there's a part of you that's like really looking forward to how good it can get, okay? Because you've been disappointed in the past and this you've been in this feeling of being trapped before. Yeah, and being down and out about what's happening, what's not happening. Okay, Nine of Wands comes through again, Wounded Warrior, Ten of Pentacles comes through again. Yeah, it's like, yeah, that's enough of that. Okay, that's your energy. Your energy is like, that's enough of that. A lot of you could do very well for yourself, okay, with the Ten of Pentacles again and the Four of Pentacles here. Yeah, you'll hold back until you get the right one. Okay, and I think that that's absolutely to be expected. Yes. Yeah, it's like, don't feel bad about the fact that your standards are so high. You don't want to deal with somebody who's just out playing. You don't want to deal with somebody who is only dealing with you and they are exclusive to you, but they don't show you any kind of emotion, any kind of passion, any kind of intellectual conversation, right? Yeah. Five of Swords. Something definitely happened with this past person here that has altered your trust when it comes to the other gender in general. Okay. Seven of Cups again. So that's 3 for 3 on Seven of Cups. We also had, well, Queen of Wands, I suppose, twice, but the first card out that we've seen 3 times is Seven of Cups. We are sick and we are tired of the confusion. We're sick and tired of being tossed around in a sense where people just are not seeing value in dating. Yeah. Right as I said, seeing value, that's really what you want. You want someone to see you for the value that you bring, okay, and to stop asking what you bring to the table. Okay, you're looking at the Emperor and you're like, listen, if you are the one all be all, you're gonna have to say so. And there's Queen of Pentacles, and that's for the third time. Queen of Pentacles here. And I think one got shuffled back in, but I'm being called to that Justice, card, you're like, okay, Spirit, when is it that I'm going to be able to walk away and walk towards something that's going to truly give me what I want, okay? I'm walking away from what does not serve me because I want that new, okay? And I will block off anything that is not giving me what it is that I want. Aces all around. That's 3 aces here. The only thing we're missing is the Ace of Cups, which we've seen twice here. So, yeah. Okay, so there could be a part of you that is still holding out for a person in the past, okay? Because your Ace of Cups is over here with this past person. Again, it's like somebody would have to measure up to the feeling that you had with this person, but this person did you wrong, so you can't possibly go back this way, but you want that same feeling from someone else, and it needs to check all of your boxes here, okay? Knight of Swords energy. I do feel, sorry, this camera. I do feel as though there is somebody that wants to meet this checklist, okay? We've seen the Emperor several times here, and this is over the choice, okay? So it's almost like whoever amps up their energy and is able to meet me halfway, or to even go over that halfway point. I'm almost seeing somebody winning a marathon, okay? Going through that uh, banner, right? And it's not like your boundaries are, a cold wall. Your standards, I should say, your standards are a banner that somebody can easily come through and give you what it is that you want, but you need them to cross that finish line, okay? The Chariot. Right as I was talking about travel, you want someone to go the distance. Knight of Sword, Chariot. Okay, and so who is this person at the end of the line? Maybe you haven't met this person before, okay? Because this person from the past is very much in the past. And then we have another masculine here with all this pentacle energy, the justice energy, right? And that person kind of like heals this within you while letting you do your own thing and be your own person, okay? This person is going to see your independence and really, really like that about you, okay? Even the way that you communicate, you might have been told in the past that the way that you communicate is very harsh. I believe this is your sign, isn't it, Taurus? I think it is. Maybe. Maybe not, because I'm seeing them down here and that looks different. Anywho's, it's like the way that you communicate, maybe in the past you were told that the way that you communicate is very combative or sassy. This person is going to see that and be like, okay, there she is. There she is. Like, your boundaries do not deter this person. I do not know if you've met this person before. Okay. So we'll get some clarifiers and then we'll move on to the oracle. Okay. If you've made it this far, please do drop a like. Okay. This reading was uh 2 sessions deep. Wow, the Empress. Yeah, this is you knowing your worth. I am telling you. You know your worth and you're not settling. Wow, the Emperor. What are the odds of that? And then 6 of Cups, making memories, and the Hanged Man. I don't think you've met your perfect person at this point yet in your life. Okay, what do we have about this new person? What do we need to know about them? Are there any traits of this Emperor that we should be aware of for Taurus? 9 of Pentacles. Wow. Right there with the 9 of Pentacles we've already seen. This person is going to not only cherish you, but they're also going to make you feel like you can cherish yourself. Okay, they're going to heal sort of like this past version of you that was hurt in the past that, yeah, well, right back out with the 6 of Cups and then the High Priestess. This person will intuitively know what it is that you need, right? It's like, I don't know about you, but I watch a lot of that content of like divine partners, and when they come home from a long day and they say, look, I'm at 10%, and the other person is like, okay, I'll be 90, or you know what, I'm at 60%, so 70% is getting done, and we're going to be okay with that 70% being done. 30%, we just let it go, or we do it another day. Okay, 10 of Pentacles, right back out. This is what I'm talking about. Whoever it is that you are going to meet is going to meet you where you are, because we've got the Three of Swords, High Priestess. I'm telling you, there's something about them intuitively tapping into where you are, like spiritually, emotionally, drainage wise. It's like if you feel drained in any given time, this person is gonna be like, don't worry about that. I need you to set that down. I've got this. Okay. And that's your justice here. 10 of Cups. Your justice is having this really, really beautiful connection with somebody that you can trust. Okay. And I think there's a part of you that is maybe scared of trusting somebody because you have been hurt in the past. Like this past situation really messed up somehow or another and made you feel like it might be all for naught. So be very careful of bringing that energy into a new connection. Okay. Because right as I said that, Five of Swords. That's this energy here. So just be careful that whatever standards that you hold so highly in your regard do not send a reflection out to somebody who is really very caring and has this emotional intelligence about them and comes towards you and you push it away because, you are untrusting in general of people. Yeah, Three of Pentacles. Just be willing to meet people where they are, right? And Page of Swords, just be very open and honest with what it is you're looking for from a partner very early on. Okay, there's the Hierophant. This person is going to be very, very spiritually in tune with you and in tune with this connection. Okay, so give them some grace and time. Ace of Cups just fell right on top of the Ace of Cups. Yeah, give this person time to sort of prove themselves. I do feel as though they will. Okay, Queen of Cups with the Ace of Cups. Wow. Okay, because yeah, what I'm saying is this past position that you were in, Five of Pentacles, which is about having the door slammed in your face, feeling like you were uh, not less than, but less of a priority. You see, there's two pentacles here and three pentacles here, but the focus is on these two. So it's almost like if this was you in a past position, you were kind of like over here, you're the check in the bank. And the person who hurt you was like, well, let me count the ones in my wallet, the cash, right? And while they've got all these past due bills, they said, no, thanks, I don't want the check for massive amounts of money. Instead, I'm going to take pennies and call it worthy. Okay. So that person might be in regret and focused on you and manifesting you back in. The Six of Cups, man, it just keeps coming back out on every split. Yeah. So I think this past person here is kind of like realizing your worth now, and it's a little too late. Seven of Cups, yeah. 4 times with the Seven of Cups, and then the Four of Cups for the third time. Yeah, you're kind of like, listen, when I was there reaching out my hand to you, you decided to, slam the door, say you were too busy, and I had to go at this alone. See how they're like balancing the checkbooks here? It's like you didn't want my check. So I went ahead and deposited it, and then I made something really big out of it. Yeah, made something out of it. Okay, so that's the tarot. I need to start shortening these just a tad because they end up being an hour long and they're not getting any views. So if you're here, thank you so much for being here. We are doing our best to grow here, so drop a like, and I'm going to get into the oracle portion. Okay, so I went ahead and saged the table here, and we're going to get into spirit team messages from the oracle here. So in this instance, we're going to go ahead and use this spread that you see here, drawing a compass. So the center is going to be the main focus, okay? The south position is the past and the lessons that we've learned, mindset, introspection, and goals. Here we have spirit team messages straight from your spirit team that stays close to you. And then this yellow quadrant here is all about potential future outcomes, okay? So I've got two sticking up here I just want to read. Wow. Yeah, you've got a pretty big mission here. Okay. So we did get a lot of work cards for you. This is about like your lasting legacy. Okay. And this here is about purification, of course, with the sweat lodge, being almost like reborn. All right, so let's see here what we have in the center. Take things a little bit more lightly, okay? We don't need to be so serious about things all the time. We did get that with the boundaries and with the standards, okay? Nothing wrong with that. Let me be clear. But Spirit is saying, let loose a little bit, okay? And okay, I did mention something about how somebody could have said something about the way that you communicate, okay? And I got that Five of Wands energy here. So this is something that you might have judged yourself on in some way as how you speak, or if things sound combative or things like that. And this new person, whoever it is that you are going to meet, is going to like the way that you speak. So I think that there's part of you that has been very focused on how can I edit the way that I speak to be more desirable or be more well received. So we'll dive into that a little bit more here. Now, mindset wise, we have the number 1, and this is a artifact that is based around the Lakota's creation story. Okay, so this is about creation and starting anew, and this is about inner peace here and sending up a prayer. So with all those aces that we got, this is a confirmation that you're looking for something new, not wanting to go back to the past, but you want that past energy that you felt for that person, that love, that connection, that undeniable pull, but with somebody who's worthwhile. Okay. Spirit team message here. Okay, quickening up the energy. This is exactly the position where that Knight of Swords and Chariot was. So I think this is about how you want other people to match your effort, okay? And I think there's nothing wrong with that because I feel like you're a very driven person. You're very, it's almost like you as a person has like a propeller on the back. Okay, you move quickly, you make decisions quickly. You're not one to beat around the bush. You're not one to wait around for confirmation before you take a leap. You know, you're very forthcoming in how you move. And so you could get called intimidating a lot, but Spirit says that that is a superpower that we gave you. We don't want you to edit that about yourself, okay? Moving forward here, this is where that 10 of Pentacles was. Something solid, okay? This is about the Akashic Records. That is something I teach. So if you're interested in that, check out the description box. But this is about seeing beyond into the unknown, okay? Beyond the veil, which is also what this is about here. And right underneath that one, we had this meditation and vision, okay? So you're going to probably unlock some new abilities within yourself here. This is about seeing something with brand new, fresh eyes, okay? So I do feel that there's this self-reflection that's happening here, and you're going to go from thinking that maybe there's parts of you that you need to edit into, okay, well, maybe there's just some people that need to be cut out. Okay. A big difference there, right? Okay, let's go around the circle a few more times and see what we have. Okay, what does Taurus need to know about taking things more lightly? What are we taking more lightly, or how can we expand on that? Ooh. Okay, so I do feel that you are frustrated at this hunt for one true love, okay? And you've been very serious about that, very serious about the fact that I'm dating for love and for the long haul, and that is it. And there's nothing wrong with that. Again, the standards are high. Spirit is just saying, you know, if there has been a part of you that was called intimidating, or you have intimidating factors within your personality type, we don't want you to dull those parts of you, but we want you to have a lighter approach to this scene. Okay. Movement. There's that chariot card, essentially. Okay. So there's something about the way that you speak, the way that you showcase your opinions, right? That you've learned about yourself or you're learning about yourself. But it's also emphasized that that's how you walk through life. That's how you've been able to create what you have created. That's how you've been able to reach the milestones that you have reached. So we don't want you to edit that about yourself, okay? Okay, mindset here is rescue. Okay. So what I'm getting with this is, again, it's like you want other people to do the approaching. You want your one true love, your true match to approach you. And again, there's nothing wrong with that. But be careful of a mindset of, I need this to happen or else, okay? We'll go dive deeper into that in just a second. Because Spirit says, yeah, you've got this spark about you. You've got this very lovely open energy that people just like can't get enough of, okay? Yeah, you're like made of magic here. Again, they're saying that's how you move through life. I'm not sure why that's so significant, but this is like attributes that make you who you are and that helps your spirit team to help you. Okay, you have a spirit team that's very close to you. They see your worth, they see your spark, and they see that you are really into this whole idea of moving forward with one specific person for that goal of being together forever. And Spirit is kind of saying, like, the point though is to be with a person because we love their company. Okay, giraffes could be significant here. So coming together, encouragement, see how they meet in the middle. And this here is solitude. Okay, so we're going to be very careful not to push away opportunities because of, they're saying silly actions, but yeah, there could be a part of you that when you're dating or when you're seeing somebody, you're very, very critical in a way. Don't shoot the messenger because that sounds mean, but yeah, there needs to be a comfortability. Okay, so if you're dating and you're across the table from somebody, right, we want them to feel like it's okay to be open and honest about every single thing, right? So there's a lot for any human being to unpack, right? We all have stuff to unpack, and you want to make sure that your energy is very receiving of other people's junk and baggage. And that did come out a lot with like the 10 of Wands, right? You don't want somebody to come and unload, trauma dump, and give you all of this energy that you now have to carry around. And that's what they're saying is it's not always that that is the goal for the people that you meet. Sometimes that's just the energy that you hold is so nurturing and compassionate and feminine, right? And even if you're masculine, I do gravitate towards speaking to the ladies. So forgive me if you are masculine, flip the roles when you need to. But your energy, even if you are male, is nurturing, accepting, and safe. So people have a tendency to like tell you everything. And there's a part of you that's kind of like sick of that. Or, hey, are you using me for a sounding board? Right? And Spirit is saying, take that a little bit more lightly. Sometimes they are just coming around and they are like compelled to tell you these things. Ooh, hot and heavy energy. And then we have patience. Yeah. Okay. So there is almost like this expectation that when people come around, it's just for one thing, perhaps. They either want to unload mentally or unload in another way. Okay. And that might be disheartening for you. Okay, so let's go back into this past here with the communication, the unexpected. Okay, so you can see how they're coming together and, you know, we have somebody with their head on the other's shoulder, right? And that could have been something that you didn't necessarily want to do for someone, but I know, at least for me, there's that one person that when I think of them, I can imagine the masculine laying his head on my shoulder. right? And most of the time that would give me the ick. But for that one person, that's something I would be willing to do. Okay. So patience comes out again, patience and then fruition. So I do feel that you're going to get whatever it is that you are seeking in a partner. And I think that whoever I'm reading for here has been doing a lot of self work. Okay. And so we're going to calm down a little on that. Okay. Because again, we're not editing ourselves. Okay. Attraction. Wow. Wow. And there's acceptance, meeting in the middle here. Okay. So you may have met this person. Also, if this might be significant, as soon as I hit the record button for this segment of the reading, it was 444 in my time, and 44 and then 4. So 4s could be significant for you or for this connection here. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and pull that acceptance card as well. Attraction and acceptance. Okay, so you might come across somebody here in the near future. Maybe it's the person you're meant for, maybe not, but they could trigger you in this way where it's like, okay, they're here to just unload their woes on me, and I don't necessarily want to be available for that. And then as soon as that's over, it's unexpected fiery energy. Okay, and if you remember, the King and Queen of Wands was here, 10 of Pentacles with your future person. Okay, so it could come through that way. So I wouldn't rule it out. Okay, you do what you want, of course, because there's burdens here. Okay, I don't know why I'm getting a very sexual energy. Obviously, we do know why, actually. But I feel like there's a part of you that's somewhat burdened by that or turned off by it. Okay. And that could be why your boundaries are so important. Yeah, boundaries here. So, of course, we want to be protected. Of course, we don't want to be vulnerable and open and clearly all skin with anyone that we're not totally and completely trusting of. Yeah, there's a part of you that resists that connection, that part of a connection. Okay. So, where resilience is here with the spirit team messages, there's nothing wrong with celibacy or saying no. Okay, there is nothing wrong with that. But I think that the way that this person interacts or the way that they um, speak or express their love is through a passionate way. And it doesn't have to be all the way with doing the deed, but it could definitely be a lot of physical touch and caressing and hugging and that type of thing. So they're saying just be very um, cordial with how you accept or deny that energy. Okay. So we have wisdom here with the 2-2, which also adds up to a 4. This camera is going to drive me batty. Okay, with this something solid coming together and then wisdom. Yeah, you've learned a lot over the years that you've been on this planet to understand where your priorities are. We've got abundance here with wisdom. You're saying, like, I've learned a lot, I have created a lot, I don't need help with all of this life stuff. Okay, you're very stable in what you do, assessing, but you're on the look. We're looking for love here. This reminds me a lot of the Taurus reading that could resonate with you. I'm sorry, you are Taurus. Virgo. Yeah, have faith here. Things are going to work out. 3 + 1 is also 4. Okay, lots of 4s here in the read. So let's keep going and go around the circle again. See what we need to know about this. What does Taurus need to know about all of this energy? I definitely feel like this is a love reading, but for someone we have yet to meet, or we could have been just talking to them recently. Wheel of Fortune, luck and right timing. Okay, so I'm getting that, you're on the search for love. You've been looking for this for maybe some time now, okay? And you may have a knack for trying to rush the process, okay? Everything will work out exactly as it should. That's why we began here with the keep it lighthearted vibe. Okay, so what do we have to say about this communication style? What what does that mean? Communication, movement, and the unexpected. A tidy house, clarity, that number one. Number two, and 2-8 is a one. So 1-2-1 could be significant, but it starts with a clear mind, okay? Tidying up. This is going back to that purification card with the sweat lodge, right? I was going to say a cluttered mindset is where we've kind of been in. Then we've got choices. That could be something that you've been focused on a lot, is like being disappointed in the past here. And now it's like you really want to have learned from your mistakes here. Teachability. You really want to be able to say without a shadow of a doubt, I have learned my lesson. I'm done with this. I don't need to do this anymore. I won't be putting up with that anymore. And they're saying, again, take it lightly. Okay. Lighten up, which sounds mean. Don't shoot the messenger, but in a way that is this meditative state of being. Okay. Which we've seen already here. Okay, so keeping your mind very still is going to help a lot for this transition that you're in. And I do feel like this is a transition. Okay, and then this top card is like screaming at me. It was trying to fall down. But in any case, it says drifter, experience life as it comes. Okay, so again, not trying to rush things, not trying to push anything. We're staying still in our mind's area. And we're open to change, but we're not going to force the change. Does that make sense? Hopefully it makes sense to you. So we will keep these out. I think they're significant. And we'll get one more deck and then get into animals. If you've made it this far, please do drop a like. If you like the way that I read and you like how this is going so far, then please go ahead and subscribe. Okay, so owl is at the bottom of the deck, which again is about seeing 360 degrees, having night vision, things like that. And we were talking about that with this card here and with these meditation cards. It's like there's a new way of seeing things that's coming to pass right now. Heart of the sky. Wow. Right as I said that, this is like your heart is open to whatever it is that the universe has in store. Okay, so that's kind of like this experience life as it comes. Your spirit team is definitely very close to you here, and they're seeing there's an emphasis on this idea of judgment or judging yourself. Okay, they want you to feel like they want you to know there's nothing that you have done wrong. There's nothing going on to where you're being punished for anything. Um, they're also showing me like lining things up. Okay, we're lining things up to where this perfect match can kind of come in. Yeah, this is another nod to your feminine energy. The corn or the corn mother is about abundance, right? This is like the original gold. Okay, you can make just about anything from the corn. It's versatility. 1, 1, 1, 1. 11, 11 could be definitely significant, and 6 plus 4 is 1. So ones are significant. The witness here, yeah. I followed for a long time. Amanda Francis is a coach that kind of blazed the trail for the rest of us. And she used to say, when things would come her way, like go awry, right? She would just step back and say, oh, isn't that interesting? Rather than trying to make it mean something, and say, okay, well, if this happened, then that means that I deserved it. Or if this happens, I'm being punished for something. And Spirit is saying to take a step back and don't make it mean as much as that. Okay. Yeah, because there's like this fire within you that's like, oh, 9 plus 1 is also 10, which is a 1. 2 and 8, we have a 10 there as well. If you watch me for a while, you'll know that I obsess over the numbers. It's okay, because it's just a personality trait. And I'm not going to judge myself about it. It's just a cute little tick that I do. That's the way that Spirit wants you to look at whatever that is for you. Okay. So, Spirit Team message, what do we have to say about this resilience and teachability? What do we mean by resilient teachability? The Sun card. Okay, so this is definitely about keeping your eye on the prize and keeping things very positive. Okay, not thinking to yourself, okay, they're all the same. Not thinking to yourself, okay, I guess it's not for me. Okay, I guess I won't. Something like that, where it's like giving up hope in some way, shape, or form when it comes to love specifically here. Okay, so yeah, lower world with the heart. I think that whatever it is that you've gone through has definitely done a number on what you believe to be true that love could be. Okay, you could be somebody that says things like that, they're all the same. I guess it's just not for me. I guess I'll do without. Okay. And Spirit is saying with that Sun card and teachability, like it doesn't always mean as much as you think it does. Okay. Sometimes it's just simply that there are bad people out there. Sometimes it just means we were in the wrong place in the wrong time. I am personally somebody that believes in chaos theory. Okay, now we have Earth. Yeah, this is that Ace of Pentacles type energy, okay? Like, and this too. Let me think for a second here. Abundance, wisdom. Okay, so what I'm getting is like taking life as it comes until it's something solid. That Ace of Pentacles energy and that stone energy. We want to go with the rhythm of life here, going with the flow of life until we come together with someone that we can truly see ourselves with and intuitively feel like they are meant for us in the heart space here. And this might be kind of like a promise from the universe that yes, it's going to happen. Okay. When you're least expecting it with the hunter here. When you're least expecting it and when you're not actively looking for it is when they sort of come to be. When this person flops down into your life. I'm not sure why that came out in that way. Flops down into your life. Like they were dropped by an alien spaceship. I'm not sure why it came out like that, but that's kind of how it's going to feel, right? It's like I wasn't looking for anything when I found this person. That's going to be you. Okay, let's get into the animals here. What animals are going to help my Taurus get through this energy? The bear. I had a feeling, okay? I am indestructible. I honor my intuition and go where it leads. Love and gentleness are my strengths. I never give up. I will succeed. Like I said, there's something about the way that you move. You move through this world with that sort of power here. The bears are also the keeper of this area, this west over here, which is introspection, goals, and sort of that idea of the healing cave. Okay, so we don't have to be on all the time in fight mode. Okay, there is a time to rest. Yeah, but you're like, what do you mean? With the squirrel here. The squirrels are like little gatherers, right? And they make their nests and then they keep things. Not to say that your life is cluttered, but we did get the tidy house right here. More so about you being always prepared for that next thing. Okay, I'm thinking 3 steps ahead. I feel like that is your energy. And this one says, you are the expert of hard work and hard play. Your cheerful and fun disposition is a blessing to everyone. Don't let life's distractions take you off course. Make a plan for the future, and life will give you all you need. Yeah, I feel like that is you. Your energy has been this way, okay? You understand that you sort of need to stand tall, walk tall, be a certain way, okay? Because you're always 3 steps ahead, and that's why you get called intimidating all the time. Okay, what does Spirit have to say? I love that, the squirrel, because that makes perfect sense with what I was saying. You don't have to be on all the time, okay? Giraffe. I told you there's something about the giraffes. We've seen 4 giraffes so far, okay? Visionary. I'm going to read this one like this so it's easier. Rise above earthly matters. Guide through life with grace. You're able to see the right path. Stand tall in your self-worth and love with a big heart. So there's something here about being able to see kind of like above the fray, right? Above the labyrinth. And it's so that you can find happiness here. Okay, so you're looking above what other people are doing. You're looking above what other people have done in the past. And you're thinking, you know, either way, I know what I need. I know what's best for me. And that's huge, right? That's something I said to Virgo as well, is like if other people, if a partner is not going to come in and do what I need them to do, I'll just do it my damn self. And I feel like that's kind of how you're thinking here. Mystic, another bear, polar bear this time, which is about protection. And we've got happiness at the bottom of this deck. So let's read this one. I know that challenges make me stronger. Have faith when you lose. Hold on. I'm not good at this because it's in cursive. Know the challenges make you stronger. Have faith when you face adversity. Take time to rest. Yes. Dream and renew your strength. Embrace your physical abilities. You carry a shaman within. Yeah, there's that rest there. Winter type energy. Okay, right as I say that, there's another wintry card. Partnerships and happiness. So ending on a good note here with happiness and partnership. Accept yourself and your colorful personality. Feel confident about being you. You are the bringer of joy. Let your community nourish and protect you. Ask for help. Teamwork will give you the best result. Happiness is be the master of playful living. Release expectations and enjoy every day. Let worries go and instead choose love. Surrender to the waves. Your good destiny of love is certain. Okay, yeah, that is exactly where it is, because you have been very, very worried about whether or not this is going to happen for you. You've been very scared about not getting this. You could be feeling like time is running out because we did have the time aspect here. So there's a lot of really good energy here. And you do have a higher calling that you're intuitively called to. And so you know that you have things to do, places to see, and you are busy. That could be another insult. I just heard insult to injury when people tell you that they're too busy. Sorry, I got busy. You're like, you want to tell me busy? Baby, I am busy. Okay, and what you're busy with is this higher calling here that I keep splitting the deck to. You have within you all the courage you need. Let go of the past and reclaim your majesty. You will find success and contentment with those by your side. Make noble choices for your life and for your tribe. Okay, so you're making the best choices. You're doing the dang thing. You're moving forward with integrity and grace, and you just want someone to meet you halfway and to be there for you. Okay, and this is going to happen. It's just important to let down your guard just a little bit, to vet people out, right? Your vetting process could be a little bit forthcoming and harsh. And so Spirit is saying, relax with that. Don't try to push it. Don't try to knock them off their peg too quickly, right? It's like you're walking on this red carpet and there's matches coming towards you, potential partners, right? And you're like pushing them off the edge. You're like, not you, not you, you're done. Absolutely not. But the thing is one of those people, while you're shooing them away too quickly, you accidentally push one off that is this very passionate, very in tune, very healing energy that could be very good for you. Okay, so just relax on the vetting process. Allow the people to come in that are meant to. Give them a chance to explain themselves, all of those things, right? Because we've seen that patience card a lot. So I hope that makes sense and clear your mind as well, all right? I know it's easier said than done, but a clear mind is going to help you to stay patient and to be able to see this person when they do come in, because there is someone coming here and they're a really good match. Whether it's going to last forever or what, I don't know, because they seem very far away, which probably means you haven't met them yet. Okay, so they are coming in. Be patient, be kind. um, don't edit yourself, but be open to receiving whatever it is they're going through in the now, because I do feel like this person is going to talk to you about things. And at first you're going to be like, whoa, I don't take trauma dumping. But you're going to find out that they really had no control over that. This is so weird. This is a whole storyline. They didn't have control over the fact that they trusted you to that point, and they trusted you to be able to unload something heavy. Okay, but it wasn't to put it on you. It was simply like they blurted out all of a sudden and they were like, oh my God. I can't believe I just said that. That's kind of the energy that I'm getting, which is very unexpected. I think that you will be able to just clear that energy out because of your feminine nature. And it's going to help this person to clear. Okay, and that clearing out is going to make their eyes open. Your eyes will then open, and it's like your third eye, right, is open to one another. And you're like, oh, who are you? Oh, have you been this person sitting in front of me the whole time? Like, you both have an awakening together somehow after this, I wanted to say release, but this unloading. So be patient, vet them out, but give them each a chance to say their pitch. Okay. I'm going to leave that there, Taurus. Thank you so much for watching. Drop some likes and comments and all the things. I'll see you on the next one.